Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny and welcome to this week's nursery tour. We have some fun things that are new here at the nursery that we cannot wait to share with you. I will say it is a beautiful sunny day here in North Carolina and it is a windy day, which helps with the heat. So we will do our best. If you hear some little mic interference, it's just the wind. Fun things while we're here on the shrub lot. Come on over here. We got a whole new shipment of the Limelight standard trees. These are hugely popular with you sweet folks, and rightly so. So this is a Limelight hydrangea. I will get it straight here in a minute. Limelight hydrangea that has been trained into a tree form. It's called a standard. Pretty soon it is going to just explode here in new growth, and typically the Limelight hydrangeas bloom in North Carolina towards the end of June. So it will have these gorgeous, massive white panicle blooms on it that will just be covered. We have these available. I know that sometimes they can be hard to come by. We have them, and this is the only standard that we have. Some of you sweet folks were looking for some other different varieties. We're just at the mercy of what we're able to get from our suppliers. We found a great nursery in Ohio, actually, so shout out to Ohio, that had these, so we were able to get them along with a fresh stock of Incredible hydrangeas. If you have been around us for any length of time, you know how much I adore Incredible hydrangeas. In fact, this sign that we have here on the little pergola, that hedge is an Incredible hedge at Spring Meadow Nursery, so who is the supplier of all these fantastic Proven Winners shrubs. Incredible hydrangeas, they are an improved version of the classic Annabelle. So it will give you those gorgeous mop head, classic white blooms on it. Be about, I think it's like 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. This is what we have in our behind the seating wall at our house. Planted it so that one day it will look like that picture. That picture was my inspiration, so I'm not like inventing something new here, but these are better than an Annabelle because they're sturdy. Nice, strong, sturdy stems. Annabelles are beautiful, but they tend to be very floppy. These are nice and tight, strong stems that give us beautiful flowers, and they can take full sun. We have our Incredibles in full sun from sun up to sundown. They are on irrigation, but they are thriving and absolutely covered in blooms. So if you have been looking for Incredibles, we have got beautiful 3-gallon Incredibles that are available. We also have Miss Violet butterfly bush. I know some people were looking for Miss Violets. We have them. I'm switching them out because this one has a bloom on it and I want to show it to you. The Miss series of the Miss series of butterfly bushes rather, are kind of that mid-size as far as the mature size is going to be in about that 4 to 6 foot range. They have nice, strong, sturdy stems. You can see that Miss Violet has that bloom on it, and then there's buds all over it. Your butterfly bushes do bloom on new growth, just like your Incredibles, so you want to make sure and prune them every year. If you don't prune them, then you're going to have tons of blooms up top and nothing down below. So make sure you prune them. So we have not only Miss Violet, we have Miss Molly and Miss Pearl. So here is Miss Pearl, which is a beautiful classic white bloom. It's just a pure white bloom. Same kind of characteristics as Miss Violet, but if you're looking for a nice pop of white in your garden, then this is the one for you. And then Miss Molly over here is a beautiful raspberry color. So look at her. I had this one in several locations around our house and at the nursery. Nice raspberry colored, beautiful, classic. I mean, this is what we call kind of later in the summer. This is Butterfly Road because we have so many butterfly bushes right here that when the heat hits and the butterflies are all out, man, they are covering this space. So if you're looking to bring in pollinators to your garden, you cannot go wrong with those. The double play doozy spireas, they are blooming. Again, I have this in front of or behind, depending on which way you look at it, my Incrediballs at the patio. Beautiful, nice raspberry hot pink color on them, nice full size blooms. Fantastic. I love them. They're easy. You give them a little trim late winter, early spring, and they just give you loads of color. Very easy to do. So we have those, and then we're going to head over here to the greenhouse because we got a shipment in a little over a week ago, I think it was, of the Caladiums. So the Proven Winners Caladiums came. This year we did it a little differently. In the past we would pot up our Caladiums, but it just takes so long because they love it hot that we just ordered them straight from Classical Caladiums and they came ready to go. So we have 12 different varieties of Caladiums. We have both Caladiums that can do sun or shade, like the White Star, or we have Caladiums that do just shade. So for example, here we have two white Caladiums. This is Snowdrift. I'm going to back up just a smidge. So this is Snowdrift. This is going to be a shade-loving Caladium. It can do a little bit of sun, like morning sun. Remember, shade means 4 hours or less of direct sun. So this is a shade-loving, and it tells you on the tag. So when you come to the nursery and you're looking, make sure you pay attention to your tag and it will tell you. Now this one is just starting to pop out. This is White Star. White Star can do sun or shade. So it'll have, of course, obviously they are different, they look different, but if you're looking for white, we have them both for shade and sun. And you can, of course, you can use the sun and shade one in any kind of conditions. So they're extremely versatile. Last year was my first year of using Caladiums en masse in my garden, and I love them because Caladiums are one of the few rare plants that actually thrive in our heat and humidity. This is Bottle Rocket, and Bottle Rocket is sun, can do sun or shade. They thrive in heat and humidity. That is like their prime conditions. They love it. In fact, they don't like it when the nighttime temperatures get below kind of that 50-degree mark. Here's Raspberry Moon. So this is the perfect time of the year to put them out. You can use them directly in the landscape. You can use them in containers. They make stunning hanging baskets. If you just put the same Caladium in a hanging basket, they are gorgeous. Here is, this is Fast Flash. Let me show you this. A beautiful red, green, and pink sun to shade. And they are still emerging, right? Because they do like it so warm, and that's why we at night are closing the greenhouse to help force them a little bit more. But they are continuous growers, bloomers. They don't really bloom, right? Splash of Wine was really popular on some social media posts. This is a shade one. Splash of Wine. But they just continue to put out new foliage as the season goes on. Really nice. So as you can see, we have them in, these are true quart sizes. So this is a true quart. Or if you want to go a little bit bigger, we also have them in, is this an 8-inch? This is an 8-inch container. Again, this is Bottle Rocket. It says 6 or 8. I can't remember. Obviously, the bigger container has more of the corms in them than the quarts do. It just depends on your application for how you're going to use them. But yeah, they love it hot, the humidity, any kind of growing conditions as far as like applications. Really nice. Like, look at this, will give you an idea. Snowdrift right here. You can see we have a bunch of them together that have their foliage out. When you plant them in groups or when they're fully out, they just make this massive, beautiful impact of color. And they do come in different mature heights. So just you come, read the tags, look at the colors, beautiful. I mean, they're just fantastic. This is, again, the Fast Flash kind of in mass. Like, look at this. And you could really go anywhere because it's got the pink and the red in it together. So you can do, you know, one or the other. It doesn't really matter. Again, here's the let's see, who is this? This is Raspberry Moon. Raspberry Moon has more green with little flecks of red in it. So come get your caladiums. We have them. We would love to help you. If you have never grown caladiums in your garden, you are missing out. This is what I would be like equivalent to how much I love coleus and grasses, how much I love caladiums. They are so stinking easy, y'all, especially here in the South. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong with these plants. They are fabulous, fabulous, darling. We also have dahlias. These are, I love this one. I love the color on this. This is tequila, but it is a beautiful yellow, almost like a peachy orange to it as well. Fantastic. With dahlias, you do need a deadhead. I came through here yesterday and tried to clean them up. I might have missed a couple, but when you deadhead them, then it encourages the plant to put out new growth. So we've got that. We've got a classic yellow, which is just called Sonora. But look at that. And of course, yellow makes a huge impact from a distance. So if you're looking to have a big pop of color for someone to see from a distance, then they are fantastic. Memorial Day is coming up this weekend. So we've got reds. So how fun would it be to plant some red dahlias? It has the white tips with something blue in there, so you could have not only a Memorial Day kind of theme, but that would transfer all the way over to July 4th. Lots of fun. Speaking of blue, blew my mind of Volvulus. Again, if you are looking for a heat-loving, drought-tolerant, no-fuss plant, then Blew My Mind is an absolute must. I'm gonna plant these one of these days up at my mailbox. So I'm gonna have just a carpet of these Blew My Mind of Volvulus. It is an annual, but it will go for a hard freeze. And it spreads. It's not invasive, but it does spread out and makes a beautiful covering. You can see there's more right here. So we have these down low with like the white Angelona. So many easy possibilities for you to use. So we still have tons of annuals available. Jerry and the folks just brought down a fresh batch of petunias that we were growing. We sold out of them so fast that we had to reorder. So we've got more of the lime colored sweet potato vine, the mini vistas, mini vista white. Y'all, a Swanee, this is about my favorite. This is about my favorite petunia right now. It's so versatile and so easy. More Bordeaux. So we've got bubblegums up here and silverberries. So if you're looking for a refresh, we have them. So come get them. The Shasta daisies are blooming. It's so exciting. Look at this. Look at this beautiful carpet right here. These are all daisy mays. If you, again, looking for an easy, low maintenance, high performing perennial, then the Shasta daisies, the amazing daisies from Proven Winners, you cannot go wrong. So these are the daisy mays, which are just that classic Shasta daisy. We have all of our, I think this irrigation leaks a little bit, so we've got all these honeybees and bumblebees right here. So we're gonna tread carefully. But I've got also the spun silk and the marshmallow, still part of that family. So let me show you if we can get here in the shade and show you the difference. So spun silk is the one, I guess that would be on your left. Very fine little petals on it. And then the marshmallow, of course, is that nice, fat, full bloom on it. So easy, y'all. And even in my garden right now, my daisies are starting to bloom. So this is the time of year where you're gonna have daisies. Again, these do respond well to being deadheaded. So if you can go out there like once every 2 weeks, right, and just clean up the plant, it will help produce more blooms, and they just keep producing blooms as the season goes along. I'm gonna stick those down. I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready to go into the shade. Update here on the wheelbarrow. I know everybody wants to know how the wheelbarrow is doing. It is doing quite nicely. We've got the beautiful rockin' purple improved salvia. It's doing well. Remember, these are trial plants this year, the improved. The improved ones. The artist blue ageratum is doing well. I will say that we did have some days up in the upper 90s this week, and this got dry one day. So we've got a little bit of old blooms on here that needed to be kind of cleaned up. Doing well. My osteos are still performing. Look at that alyssum. Is it not gorgeous? As are the super bells, doing great, and my Goldilocks rocks. So everybody is filling in really nicely. I've got pollinators of all types around here. I've got little bees, I've got honeybees, I've got everybody around here. And of course the hummingbirds love this salvia. So this has filled in super nice, really excited about how well it is doing. So there you go. Now let's head over here to the pines, because we have got some things to show you. One, there's two things that I want to talk about right quick before we go across. Everybody who comes to the nursery, they get to this bridge and they ask me about two plants. One is this Solomon seal. Solomon seal is not a new plant by any means. This is a classic, traditional, more on the shade side perennial. It is easy, it is low maintenance, and it spreads by rhizomes. It's not an invasive spreader, but it does spread. Beautiful variegated foliage, does really nice little sweet white blooms in the springtime. I don't have any currently here for sale. We hope to have it next year, but this is Solomon seal. So if you find Solomon seal at your local garden center, grab it. It is the easiest, low maintenance fuss plant you'll ever get. Love Solomon seal. I don't know the hardiness zones on it, so you'll just have to look it up. And then the other one right here is the little redhead Spigelia. Spigelia. It's also known as Indian pinks. This is a native plant. The Walters Gardens sent us a couple of these plants, and we actually ordered some too a couple of years ago as trial plants. But it is a native plant. We had customers who do a lot of hiking in the mountains of North Carolina, and they knew exactly what it was. They're like, oh, there's Indian pinks. That's the common name. But it is sun or shade, very low maintenance. Once you get it established, it is great, and it is super easy. So this is little redhead because it has the red, and then on the other side of the bridge, we have a different variety. This is called Ragin' Cajun. And Ragin' Cajun, as you can see, probably has a little bit more orange to it. Hopefully we will have these available in the fall. I don't currently have any. So come, enjoy, take pictures. I love you, but no, I'm not gonna let you dig them up and take them home. I've had some people ask me about that, but if you find any of those in your garden center, again, grab them. They are fantastic. We've got, look at this. You know how much I do love my Sun Kings. So Sun King spikenard is a wonderful shade perennial. It will go completely dormant and die back in the wintertime, but these things get massive. Here in the next week or two, I'm going to do a work in my shade garden at the house. I've got two of these, and they are going to be probably taller than me this year. Huge pop of color for your shade garden. Wonderful. They are hardy in zones 3 to 9. They don't really bloom. I mean, it's more for foliage, but it is a fantastic one for sure. And speaking of shade gardens, we have a classic plant for your dry shade garden, Epimedium. Epimedium, I was first introduced to this plant by my mama. This particular variety is, oh my word, I am not even going to try to pronounce that. Clearly it is a non-English word. So I'm just going to let you fantastic pronunciation police out there, y'all can tell me how to how to say that. But epimedium is a wonderful ground cover, so you can look at that foliage. And these are gorgeous plants, by the way. It's a great shade ground cover. It is evergreen, so there you go. It thrives in dry shade, which can be a problem for a lot of people. And so it flushes out a pretty green, edged in red, and it keeps kind of red tones all season. It will have beautiful yellow flowers in the spring. Super nice. It's going to be hardy in zones. It doesn't tell me what zones are hardy in, but it will naturally spread and get thicker as the years go on. So as you go through and you have them, as the years go on, you can divide them. So this epimedium, super fun. Like I said, it's again great for the shade, doing wonderful. Speaking of shade, let's come over here right quick. I'm going to give you an update on the drinking gourd, hosta. She's coming along. She probably will, as the season goes on, she will grow bigger and bigger, get nice and tall. We do have drinking gourds available for sale here at the nursery, but she is doing great, has those beautiful cupped leaves. We are in some desperate need of rain, so she has not been filled up with rainwater here lately. Of course, we do keep her watered, but doing really well, as is this part of the plants that we have added in. Everything is doing great, looking lush. The ferns and the hostas, so much fun. Astilbes are starting to bloom. But yeah, so here we are, the end of May. We've still got, of course, if you're in North Carolina or the South, you know that we just went through this massive heat spell and we were all wilting and just like shriveling up. Good news is those crazy temperatures, I think, are going to be gone, and we're going to have some more normal temperatures. So the heat is gone, hopefully, and we can get back out here, do some great gardening. It is not too late to add to your garden. I've got plants that I have got a ton of planting still to do, so don't think that this little heat spell, should slow you down. Nope, the heat's gone. Come back out here. We've got tons of annuals and perennials and shrubs to offer you. We just did a little bit of a sampling today of what we have. So as always, we are open Wednesdays through Saturdays, 9 to 3, even on this Memorial Day weekend. We will be open those same hours. We look forward to seeing you. And as always, thanks so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.